after 25 years, when I see this stuff unfold, it just like blows my mind.
Wait a minute, everyone. We all agree that the crypto market never sleeps, but with countless newsletters out there, how do you choose the best one for you? Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Let's join Gareth in this video about Bitcoin and more.
We are back. We got to look at Bitcoin. Now, how crazy is this? And again, I just love the way charts work. It's like they don't give you the absolutes, but it just kind of works out so many times this way. So what did we talk about, guys? Where was support on Bitcoin, right? We talked about how, again, you had started to pull back, then you had this little bear flag, and then where was support going to be? Right there. What happened yesterday? Price went right there. And then what did it do today? It bounced right back up. I mean, again, it's like I posted in Verified Investing or Smart Money Crypto, I posted a little meme of Wayne's World, we're not worthy kind of thing going on because that's how I feel. Like after 25 years, when I see this stuff unfold, it just like blows my mind. It really does. And again, great thing right there. So remember, the bias remains neutral to positive, so bullish bias. As long as we don't have a daily close below this line. Yesterday, we reattacked the line. It held like a champ. And now look at where we are. Part of this upside, by the way, is on the back of the CPI data. So again, CPI risk on. It helps to go up here, which helps Bitcoin push up. And we are seeing that. Now, again, does this mean that we can't come back down at some point in the future and close below this line? No, it can happen. We just need to know what it means. And that's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you the tools to give you where to know when to be more bearish, when to know when to stay bullish, and when to know when a breakout is occurring in a major way, which would be a break above that line. Remember, daily closing basis is what I usually go with. Obviously, you want to take it a step further, the confirmation signal, which I teach in the Winning Trader series. Core CPI, which to be honest was the most important, but core CPI, every number here, core a month over month, CPI month over month, CPI year over year, core CPI year over year, they all came in better than expected, lower inflation according to these numbers. Now, again, what's the culprit here? My guess is, at least for the core numbers, that was more to do with the drop, or I should say with the regular numbers, but more to do with the drop in energy, right? We saw oil collapse over the last month of May. Even though it's rebounded now in June, that's going to pull back down the numbers, which again say May. So we're looking at backdated information. But either way, let's cover these things. All right, core CPI month over month. This was your expectation right here, 0.3%. It came in at 0.2%, so that's a beat. Here you had CPI month over month, so just regular CPI that includes food and energy. Here it was expected to be 0.1%. It came in flat on the month. Incredible, guys. And then what do we have here? We have the year-over-year numbers. CPI year-over-year was expected to be 3.4%, came in at 3.3%. And core CPI year-over-year was expected to be 3.5%, and it came in at 3.4%. So what does this mean? Well, it means that overall last month we did see a downtick in inflation. Again, a lot of that, in my opinion, probably the consumer starting to slow just a little bit. And then we also had energy prices coming in substantially.
Donald Trump Jr. shared an opinion article on the social media platform X and declared that his father Donald Trump is the best choice for Bitcoin. Russian President Vladimir Putin claims U.S. policies are reducing the dollar's global dominance as Russia shifts to using the ruble and local currencies for BRICS trade. Russian President Vladimir Putin recently announced that the BRICS bloc aims to establish an independent payment system, free from political pressure and external interference. Putin stated that the addition of new members has increased BRICS' share of global GDP to 36% and its share of the global population to 45%. BRICS foreign ministers emphasize using local currencies for trade, boosting economic resilience and reducing reliance on the U.S. dollar.
Ethereum, guys, broke down. I want to show you this chart too, because I think it's very poetic in that same way of how the chart guides us, right? The chart doesn't always give us absolutes. In fact, it never does, but it can guide us to being right most of the time. Here we had a trend line, which goes back. I had isolated this, and basically we pierced this line a whole lot, but we hadn't closed below it until here, right? Once we closed below it, what happened? 1, 2, 3 sideways inside bars. What type of pattern is this? That's a bearish pattern. What happens to price? It rolls over, okay? Now, you are getting a bounce here today. So, again, a little bit of a bounce, we'll see. But basically on this chart, it remains with a negative bias unless you can now recapture this trend line. If you basically get a close back above 3,725-ish, give or take, now it recaptures its bullish bias. But until then, you have to be a little suspect because it's broken that key level. Now, on the downside, there's some big supports. I love this if we were to get a nice dump on Ethereum, I'd be a buyer down around 3,100. Huge, huge technical support on that front. All right, on gold. Now, gold is inching up here. I will say that gold is not having a monster move today, and I'll tell you guys why I think so. So first of all, here's your upsloping trend line. Even with this bounce, we are still below this level. So we still know that this is a slightly bearish chart with the potential to still go like this and then eventually break down. So that's a possibility. But the reason why gold probably isn't having a bigger move is because it's a risk-off asset, meaning that gold does well when the dollar falls, which is what's happening today. So that's pushing gold up. But also, you have this rejoicing in the stock market and people are buying risk assets. So then they're selling a little bit of gold. So yeah, gold's going up because the dollar's weaker, but then they're also selling. There's some investors selling gold because they want to move money into the stock market, into the Bitcoins of the world, into the risk assets. And I think that's keeping right now gold from really having one of these big, just like this was a big red candle, that if we had a little fear in the market plus the dollar falling, you'd get a huge green candle, and we're not seeing that at this point.
Bitcoin stabilizes around $67,500 amid heavy exchange withdrawals and upcoming U.S. economic data. Bitcoin dropped to $66,000, triggering significant liquidations, then steadied as markets awaited CPI and Fed meeting. Major withdrawals from Coinbase Pro led to the lowest exchange balances in 7 years. Traders are divided, with some predicting further declines while others expect a breakout. Current price movements match historical post-halving cycles, with no early breakout expected. The cryptocurrency exchange Lake confirmed on June 10 that it fell victim to a breach, resulting in a hacker stealing digital assets valued at $22 million. Lake stated that it had shut down the affected systems to contain the damage and assured users that their funds remained secure. 3 U.S. senators have urged Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell to cut interest rates, arguing that high rates stifle the economy and raise housing and auto insurance costs, which are key inflation drivers. They'd warned that prolonged high rates risk a recession and increased unemployment, calling for immediate rate cuts to stabilize the economy. Nick Tomeno, a former business developer and marketing lead at Coinbase, explained how the idea of Bitcoin for payments gradually lost its relevance in the market. Tomeno detailed that Coinbase rode this premise back in 2014 to raise $125 million in 2 funding rounds, but it was quickly clear that there was not a case for Bitcoin payments. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.